Good evening, Tommy, Golem Painting Studio. I think this is going to be my first review. I'm going to be incredibly impartial because I don't believe too much in likes and dislikes when it comes to things like this, because everybody likes different things, you know. But the reason it's come about is because the guys at BrokenToad sent me some of these recently and asked me if I'd show what I think of them, and I'm well impressed, if I'm honest, because come in a snazzy box, and I haven't used these yet, by the way, so you guys are getting an upfront reaction. They come in a snazzy box. They've got a lovely cushion in there, which is nice. And they come in this thing, and there's words in there as well, which I kind of like the idea of words being in there. If it's a little bit of fiction, then that's cool. Or it appears to be caring for your miniature brush series. So they've sent me, I think this is one of every size they do. Ooh, struggling getting them out, keep sticking to the thing. There we go. Yeah, I think this is one of every size they do. Pulled the lid off this one by accident. So what we've got here is some nice looking wood. I like a natural finish. Yeah, what we've got is a size 1, a size 2, a 0, and a 000. There you go. Have a close up on these in a silhouette of the shiny patch on my bald dome. They actually look really nice. Now that 000 though is tinier than I would ever use personally. But yeah, there you are. 3 good brushes. First impressions, they look really nice. It says BrokenToad Miniature Series Mark II, so obviously they've had a rethink. Kalinsky Sable. Let's whiz a bit of water on them. Let's see how they behave. Straight out the thing. You always got to wet your brushes a little bit first. Don't worry, I'll change the angle in a second. I'm just going to wet them up. I've gone for the size 2 first, and I must admit already it feels quite firm, springy, which is really how I like my brushes. So straight out of the packet already, I know I'd like to explore them a little deeper, not in a weird way, but you know what I mean. Let's wet the next one. Straight out of the packet. This is size 1. Yeah, nice and firm. So you guys know that I like a Series 7, I like an artificial brush, and I like a Element Games brush, all because they have that firm snap. So already these guys are on my list. 000. Wow, I ain't never used a 000. I think I might do after today. That's wow. I don't ever even buy them, so I can't say I've even tried them. But yeah, I like that. And the 0. A little bit of water on there. Brilliant. So, first impressions. As a matter of facts, not opinions. They've got a good spring. They hold a great point straight out of the packet. They held a point after I'd used it. And they've all still got points. I haven't even done anything that special to them. So all in all, so far top marks for these things. Yeah, would I use them? Yeah. I've got them now, you know. So I tell you what, let's take it to a model and see how they actually behave with some paint on, you know. But so far, straight out of the box with a little bit of water, try them on the palette, it all works. So in a minute we'll try them with some paint on, but let's read the goodies on here. You don't normally get stuff like this, and there's some things in here that I really agree with, and I really like, because these guys are telling you straight away, and you don't often get things like that with when you buy brushes. Caring for your miniature series brush. Never use your good brush to remove paint from a pot, or mix and thin your paint on a palette, as this can damage the tip. Agreed. Now I use my good brush to take paint, and I break that rule 100% of the time. However, it does wreck your brushes. It absolutely does. So whenever I take paint, I never dip the brush in further than halfway. Make it 2/3 at a stretch, unless I'm using an older brush, in which case I don't care too much. But yeah, when you start doing things like that, it forces the pigment. So that, imagine there's a point on your brush. For every bit of pigment that gets too far down, it starts to splay your brush, and the deeper it gets and the more it dries and becomes a permanent fixture, the harder it is for the tip to come together. Never allow paint to gather more than halfway along the bristles from the tip. There you go. Fact. Rinse the brush regularly in cold water during paint to help avoid paint buildup. Now, this is one of my big things that I go on about to almost everyone, everywhere, whenever you have a lesson with me, is that you should be washing your brush more often. Every 10 brush strokes at a push, every 10 seconds, just be washing your brush all the time, because the water is life. Yeah, water is the key, you know. Always replace the cap after working, and store the brush with the tip pointing down. This will stop liquids or debris from accumulating in the ferrule and stop the tip from distorting or misshaping, prolonging the life of the brush. Also, when you store it down like that, it keeps the lid on it. So yeah, but I lay all my brushes down unless they're in a thing, in which case I have the tip up. But whatever, you can't really argue with any of them. I just have my ways of working out of habit, but all that is sound advice, and maybe I should actually start taking said advice. So far I'm impressed. I think this is one of my favourite bits, because at the end of the day, I've got great brushes. Oh, so far, you know, there's every chance I might change my mind now I've tried these. But at the end of the day, you know, you can buy brushes anywhere, but not every brush comes with cool advice like that. And obviously, you don't need that advice every time you buy a brush. However, that shows care and attention. So, yeah. Anyway, let's take it to a model. So let me push this button here, which stops the thing, and hopefully will change us over to another shot. Okay, let's go. Here we've got a marine I had hanging around my house. Bit of my crag blue. I've got the what you call it, size 2 in my mitt. Here we go. Let's try not to break all their rules as well. Although I already have done by using this brush, but I've just got a bit too much water in it there. But I already like the way it feels. Well, I don't want to, like I said, I didn't want to talk about likes and dislikes, but let's face it, I already like the way it feels. Now, generally with size 2s at first, I find the bristles a bit too long. But that's size 2s in general, not this size 2. You know, I find bristles a bit long. But there you go. But I find in time, as they wear down, they shorten down, I really start to like them. So yeah, so far this base coat's lovely. Quick blast with the hairdryer. If you don't use an hairdryer, use an hairdryer. Otherwise, it's like watching paint dry, isn't it? There you go. Second coat. Gone on a bit thin with this. So what? Too thin is always safe. Too thick is dead. You can always put more on, but you can never take it off. There you go. I hope you guys can see alright as well. Brilliant. Let's thicken this up a little bit. Brilliant. So far, the way they behave is really good. The way the tip connects to the well is really good for those students that have had that lesson. You'll know what I'm on about. I have time to go in all that right now, but all in all, for base coating, that size 2 gets my seal of approval. You saw how it behaved on there as well, didn't you? So all good. There we go. Let's try this. Let's try the size 1 now. It still needs another coat, that's why I'm doing it with this, by the way. Size 1 feels good. I'd like it to snap back a little more. However, I can rarely compare these to other brands' brushes because I rarely use a size 1. Normally a size 2 and a 0. Or an artificial medium. I find Winsor Newton size 1s are really inconsistent, so I avoided using them for a really long time. In which case I just got used to using size 2s and 0s. However, this is nice. The guys at BrokenToad told me not to just sit here giving a good review as well if I think it's naff to say. So I am gonna say, you know, I'm demonstrating this here right in front of you as well, you know. So yeah, you guys will be able to see if I'm talking cack or not. But this brush, it feels so much better now. It's had a little chance just to get a little bit more moist. A little bit better paint on it. Nice. So that's my base coat for that done. There we go. That's the size 1. Top marks. Felt a little bit ropey at first, but there you go. That's the way it is sometimes. I'm gonna save this for some of the highlights in a little bit. Let's see how this is for some shading. So, and again, those guys that have lessons with me know that I have particular ways of applying paint. Wow, Nagarath Night is incredibly purple when you put it next to blue, isn't it? But first, let's just line some bits in. Oh, that's nice. That I like that. That went on nice and easy. Shazam! That. No farting round. Straight on. Straight on. Yeah. It's to be honest, the brush allowed me to be really accurate right there and then. I'm not normally that fast and cocky, if I'm honest. So, yeah. Brilliant. Let's try. Oh, no. Too much. Which just goes to show it's got a good belly on it, by the way. Because I used too much then. Just Give that a dry. Nice one, there's a little bit more. So I need to manage the belly a little bit better, because it's got a good belly on it and a good spring on it. Then now I know what I'm dealing with. Oops. Lovely. You guys all see okay? Just need me blend up a little bit. How's it look on camera? Does it look like I know what I'm doing? I hope so. I hope you're enjoying the sounds of Osric tentacles and all. There we go. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Alright, so, yeah, I'm getting on quite well with this brush for blending. So you can see I've got the blending better there. You know, so we finish it off, that blend. Nice. So this much has become apparent to me, that I'm getting on with this brush and the I nearly called that base coat brush then, the size 2. I'm getting on with them very well. Nice. Cool. Should we go smaller? Let's go smaller. If we're gonna go smaller, we're gonna go darker. Shazam! Blah blah blah. Oops. Steady on, Kima Save. Yeah, because I can't start this video again, can I? There we go. A little bit of that. Take it all the way down to that. Oh, brilliant. Okay. Now, as the size 0 goes, this feels smaller than I'm used to. However, has delivered the goods straight away. Happy with that. Let's see how this blends as well. Hope you guys can all see. Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Happy with that indeed. How was that for you guys? Ah, totally tits. Right, let's clean that off. Because they feel all brand new and gorgeous. I can't have them getting dirty. There we go. Yeah, let's be clever. Shazam! Ah, thought twice about that, didn't you, Mr. Size? What am I on? 1. Ah, see, it works. Almost like was clever for a second. Okay, should we do some highlighting? And let's just do some basic line highlights. You've seen it base coat. You've seen it do some soft glazy shading. So let's see something else. Now it's easier, you know, shading into a gap, into a gully and all that, you know. But when you've not got a gap to guide you, how do you shade then? Not get shade, sorry, highlight. Oh, I've got the shakes a little bit. Oh, that must mean I can't paint. I can't paint. I have the shakes. Nah, paint with the shakes. Relax more. Get into it. Embrace the shakes. They're trying to tell you something. Yeah, you like that? I like that. Again, the brush enabled me to do exactly what I needed it to do, if I'm honest. So, again, what can I say? There's a little air on the end of it there. Let's get rid of that guy. Hey, guy. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I like it. Yep, all good. All good. Should we do a little thing there? Let's let that guy dry. Apologies for that. Apparently my camera ran out of memory part way through. So let's crack on. So I'm just fixing that little light bloom there. Yeah. So the way the well transfers moisture down the brush to the tip, because you notice I'm only using the tip now, I'm not necessarily using the belly that much anymore. It's really nice. So there we go. Let's just neaten this up a little bit more. Do. There we go, that'll do. Don't want to be too fussy with anything. Nice one. Right. So there you go. Shazam! Blob of this. So we're now going down to the 0. So look at that stodge. I love it. I love stodge. See, just add water. It's all fine. It's all fine. Oh yeah, I added a little bit too much on my brush there. That's why I got a little puddle on the end. But we'll manage that guy in a little bit. Oh, and a little wobble there. Eek. There we go. And let's put a tiny dot in the middle of that. Shazam. Quick blow dry. There you go. Alright, let's smoosh these in. Alright, repeat that stage. Yeah, I like it. Oops, let's get some water there. That's better, a bit more. It's really strange painting like this because I basically got the camera right next to one of my eyes. It actually feels quite alien to a fellow. Brilliant. Nice one. Let's go back to the black. And then we'll just neaten the back side of this line up. Brilliant. Right, well, spot on so far. Right, and here we go. Virgin territory for me here. Having never used a 000. It feels like I'm using one of my old brushes that all the bristles have fallen out of. And there's like barely any left. So, I mean, we're talking freehand territory here, aren't we? Or are we? We have to do some, what shall I do? Do like a snazzy Oh yeah. Right, okay, let's just do some nicks and scratches. Alright, okay. Yeah, well, I think I'll be using one of these more often. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm looking on the camera now, and they actually, on the camera, they look bigger than they do here. They look bigger indeed. Yeah, they were a lot of fun to paint, if I'm honest. Yeah, I'll take my stubborn head off and start stopping using bigger brushes for finer work, and maybe start using smaller brushes for finer work. Yeah. Yeah. Now the thing with smaller brushes is smaller brushes means smaller amounts of water, means less working time. So be prepared to be bouncing backwards and forwards. My talking isn't going to be helping any of this, by the way. But there you go. You've seen all the brushes demonstrated. There's the results. Don't Golden Demon judge me for what I've done there in minutes. But essentially, there you have it. So there you have it. BrokenToad brushes. Did the job for me. What can I say? Sorry if the camera got wonky at any point. But there you go. I guerrilla all this stuff with barely anything, you know, because that's the way it is. Maybe I should do a Patreon thing. Maybe, because more and more appropriate equipment would be really useful for me, you, and everybody. Because basically, I really want to make painting easy for you guys by getting you to think right at the end of the day. And the way you think about painting really affects how well you do at it. And I don't mean be positive and all that business. I mean, these decisions you make that make it and I'm not showing you all these brushes, that make it all so much easier. If you're making sensible decisions, you get to see pretty much, you know, kind of how I work with painting in general, you know, just in that demo. You know, these brushes allow me to do it. But anyway, getting back to these brushes, Element Games, generally my weapon of choice if I'm not using the artificial brushes. I have recently used these, but I've not done an in-depth review of them yet, the Artist Opus brushes. I've got a size 2 and a size 0. Maybe I should get hold of the appropriate sizes for all of them. In fact, there's an idea. Get hold of all the same sizes and do a comparison. And let's see. So far, of all the top brand brushes that I recommended, that I've used, I've got on with them all. I've never used Rosemary & Co or Raphael brushes or anything like that, so maybe they should go on the list. But so far, this has been a nice video to do. So yeah, I'd like to do more. Literally, I've just rolled all them BrokenToad brushes back through that black paint again. So I'm sat here now cleaning them off because I don't want the paint to dry on them. So while I sit here doing my also professional impression of somebody professional, I'll let you guys get off. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you think I should start a Patreon account so maybe I can get better equipment, better means with which I can teach you, because that's ultimately where my passion lies. If I could teach every day, I would. If I could teach one person to see how simple good painting is, then you've made my day. You know, you've really made me happy. So yeah, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching the review. If you want me to review any more stuff, give me a shout. If you want to recommend me any music to listen to while I do it, assuming it's not going to be copyrighted and busted, you know. and go and show Osric Tentacles some love as well. Anyway, thank you, because I'm waffling. I waffle a lot. Apologies, but that's who I am. So thank you.